Today is another drive day, so let's get on the road. This just in, the Maritimes is far. What an adventure.
We are on our way to the Canadian Maritimes. But it's a 2-day drive, so let's pull off for the night.
1,000 miles down that interstate.
So we are staying overnight. I don't even remember the name of this campsite. We're in Quebec. We're in Trois-Rivières, or Rivière-du-Loup. And anyways, we're just staying here for the night. I didn't even unhitch. So it'll be a quick getaway tomorrow morning. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Sam made the hamburgers. We've got everything set up. Cheers.
We're just going to eat and go to bed, but this is easily one of the nicest sunsets I've ever seen, so we have to see it from the air. This is the majestic St. Lawrence River.
So we were only here for a night, but the gray tank smells really bad, so I decided to dump everything. I think I showed you last week at the Provincial Park. I put, Glenn bought me a water meter so that I could see how much water we're putting in. So I put 6 gallons of fresh water. I like to travel with fresh, just in case we need to use the washroom or something, or if we get stuck somewhere overnight. It's at least enough to use the facilities. Anyways, I think we're ready to go.
Well, it wouldn't be camping without a stop at Walmart for supplies.
Map in my hand, wind in my hair. Freedom's the plan, no need to care.
This person sat here for 15 minutes without getting out of the car. We had to back up onto a major road and go to a different gas station.
Brave and bold,
But this gas station is built for trucks and RVs.
journey's called. Together we rise, we stand tall.
Here's our first look at the mighty tides of the Bay of Fundy.
Ahead, valleys below. Radio playing, off we go.
And we're finally at the campsite.
Singing under blue skies, wandering far, where our heart lies.
This is not going to be easy with that truck parked there.
Whispers in the trees, miles to go with ease.
But we're finally in and officially in the Maritimes. Let's eat dinner and call it a night. Ponderosa Pines Campground is the closest campground to Hopewell Rocks Provincial Park. It has everything from full hookups to primitive tent sites, but book early, it's usually pretty popular. The walking trails here go down to the edge of the Bay of Fundy, as well as the Moselle Beach, and even to the Provincial Park.
So this drip that I've been talking about, it has started dripping inside, and it's caused a flood inside. So I took the hose apart inside and tightened it down. It's not leaking at all inside, but it's still dripping outside, which tells this piece is plastic. So it tells me that this plastic piece is probably cracked, and I can't figure out how to get it out. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to check at, we'll see if we can find a trailer place, probably in Halifax, an RV supply store, and see if I can get a new fitting for this and figure out how to replace it. when we have more time. Because right now we're leaving, and this is just another reason why you shut off your water before you leave, because if this keeps dripping, we're going to have a flood. And we already had a bit of a flood. Somebody's clothes are all wet. So anyways, so this drip continues to be a problem.
Welcome to Hopewell Rocks Provincial Park, home of the highest tides in the world. Today we're not only going to see the tide, we're going to ride it.
So apparently it's New Brunswick Day, so we're free to get in. And we had already bought tickets, so they gave us a full refund on the tickets, and then they asked us if we wanted to take a shuttle, and Glen's knee's bothering her, so they let her on for free, and they let me on for free to help her. And Sam also has a bad back, so basically paid for one shuttle ticket for 5 people, so I think I might buy a lottery ticket today.
The shuttle will take us from the visitor center to the viewing platform at the famous rock formation. There's also a hiking trail which is very flat and takes about 30 minutes, but we have an appointment to get to. Today we are trying something familiar but different. We are kayaking on the ocean, riding the highest tides in the world.
I swear I only had one toast for breakfast.
Okay. That's all I had too.
Thanks.
We booked the high tide tour, allowing us to paddle in and out of the rock formations.
Now, we're about halfway between high and low tide right now. So this will all be sand in about 2 hours.
You smell that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Fresh.
Fresh.
Let's go from here, Dad.
Hey, we're going through there?
Yeah.
We have guides to show us the best areas to go and to keep us on course.
Yes, sir.
So these are the actual rocks.
Right here?
Yeah. So we stood under that rock straight ahead. Like how many years ago? 13 years ago we stood under there in the pouring rain.
Yeah, we had blue ponchos.
Yeah. Hit the roof.
All of the kayaks here are tandem, meaning you have 2 paddlers per boat.
Okay.
The cost is a little steep at $85 per person, but come on, look at this place. Where else could you have an experience like this?
Oof. It's gonna get tight. Put it, oh, I just hit a rock. Put it in front of us.
Oh,
Ooh, it's pretty narrow in here.
the paddle is wedged. Wedged where? Speak to me, speak to me, speak to me. Excuse my hands.
This shoreline is incredible.
It's not that cold. I was expecting it to be colder.
During high tide, all of this is underwater.
Don't follow us. We're bad. Wait. Maybe if we pull up on the beach, you can walk back to the campsite. No. Huh? Oh yeah. Just finished our tour with Baymont Adventures. Highly recommend. The guides were fantastic, and just the whole going out in the kayaks. I mean, we love kayaks to begin with, but going out in the kayaks in the Bay of Fundy is just incredible with the wave swells. Very different from being on a lake or a river. It's a lot of big waves. And I highly recommend the high tide tour, so that you can go and kayak in between all the rocks. Anyways, I'll put some footage, you'll see that here. Highly recommend.
Now let's explore on foot.
Wind in my hair, sky so wide, dusty mat, an endless ride. Sunset whispers through the trees, rolling hills and gentle breeze. Bound for the open road we fly, laughing neath the boundless sky. Every mile a tale to tell.
It's hard to believe all of this was underwater when we were here just an hour ago.
Tires hum.
Flashback.
So here's a little hack for you. If you go on the second high tide tour, you not only get to kayak through the rocks, but you get to come down and walk through the rocks as well, right after your tour. So you get to come through here twice.
Ties and rivers bend on this path that knows no end. Stars align to guide our flight through the velvet cloak of night. Lanterns glowing, friends by fire, faces lit with pure desire. Stories shared in
Like most visitor centers, there's an incredible amount of information about this unique place. And like most visitor centers, there's also a gift shop.
we fly, laughing neath the boundless sky. Ever neath the boundless sky of town, chasing dreams where big hearts dwell. Tires hum a steady tune.
For me, the only thing worse than packing up is packing up in the rain, especially with all the tents. The tents are soaked, which means the mattresses are going to be soaked when we get there. Anyways, it is another travel day. Let's get on the road.
Ever wonder what it's like inside your trailer going down the road? When they say it's like a rolling earthquake, they aren't kidding. The Fundy Trail Interpretive Center on the Shubenacadie River is supposed to be an incredible and unique experience to watch the rising of the tide. Let's go see. The Interpretive Center is closed, but we can still watch the tide. Here's an old caboose from the Dominion Atlantic Railway. The Dominion Atlantic Railway ran through the farmlands of the Annapolis Valley for 100 years between 1894 and 1994.
It was for trains.
Yes, it's a caboose. So there's supposed to be seats up here that they don't have.
There's supposed to be seats?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they drove?
No, so this is the very back of the train, and the guy sits up there and he keeps an eye on the train, and he radios the engineer if there's an issue. He has steam up here that he can set the brakes for the whole train if he sees something.
Look at the power of that water. Not much here can withstand the power of the water or the influence of time. That island will soon be underwater. For a little more adventure, you can ride the tide with the Shuby River Wranglers like our friends from KYD did when they were here.
Monologue about how I grew up on this river, but you all know me already. Just past the point where you guys are camping tonight. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get a nice view. All right. Ready to go?
For now, it's time to head further east for a unique tidal experience. Yes, we are going to see a tidal bore. Tidal bore is a phenomenon in which the leading edge of the incoming tide forms a wave of water that travels up a river or a narrow bay, reversing the direction of the river or bay's current. And here it comes. The rising tide looks like a raging river. The sandbar will soon be underwater. The birds will need to look for higher ground. And just like that, the sandbar is gone.
Goodbye, guys.
It's fascinating to see the river flowing the wrong way.
White cats.
are not very many places in the world where you're going to see a boar tide. Truro, Nova Scotia is one of those places. So we just watched the boar tide come in. And now we're going to be back here in a couple of days. Hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer. Did try to fly the drone, but it is much too windy for the drone. The boys are providing xylophone music for us from the park. Alright, we're back on the road. This might be turning into an expensive trip because I just realized I forgot my spare water pressure regulator on the spigot at the third campsite. So now I've lost 2 pressure regulators on this trip. And we have a leak still going on somewhere. So when we left, I had 6 gallons of water in here. And when I put the water pump on, it wouldn't pressurize. There was water on the floor. And the freshwater tank now is empty. And the water pump won't shut off. So we have a leak somewhere. So I really need to find it. I thought maybe we would just fill the freshwater tank and not use city water because I thought that's where the leak was, but the leak is somewhere else. So now I gotta find that.
Back up, and back up a little bit more.
So the water problems continue, and so I'm gonna fill the fresh water tank, and we'll only put the water pump on when we need it until I find out where this leak is coming from. We've got a busy day tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to fix this tomorrow. It might be something we're going to look at while we're doing the Cabot Trail, or once the kids are gone, Mingila and her are alone. Keep you updated, but for now, this is going to have to do because we can't do city water and can't leave the pump on all the time. That piece sticking out is also new. That's on our slide out topper. So we're going to have to check and see how to fix that and what it is. Hopefully it's something easy to fix. Yep, we're having hot dogs again. Not just hot dogs though, we have sausage. Not just sausage, we have hot Italian and cheese. We'll see you in the morning.
In the next one, we're driving out to see a Canadian icon and easily one of the most recognized lighthouses in the world, Peggy's Cove. We walk through the tragic past of a vessel lost at sea and visit current vessels at the longest boardwalk in the world. So join us. Our next adventure is just around the corner.